It's your boy DZ, man. You already know it's not about the setback. It's about the get back. I want to appreciate everyone that's became a member, that subscribed to the channel, and that watches the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we go live. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, and I hope y'all continue to rock with me. If you just coming in the building, smash that like button. You know, I appreciate that, man. The industry is wicked. It's a wicked game, man. You know, the people that are in position, they feel that because they figured out the game of life, whereas though their financial situation is on another level, they feel like they run the world. They feel like they control the world because their financial status is where a lot of people will never reach. It's definitely something that we need to pay attention to because these people do things because they feel like their money's on another level and nothing can be done to them. So, being as though that they feel like they can't be touched because their money's on another level, they do things that people would never imagine. And they feel like because they got money, they got power, and they can't be stopped. And we see this all the time. And a lot of things come out about these people as times go on. You know, there's been accusations about a lot of people in the industry for years. They always say these things, and being as though that we don't see certain things, we might not believe it until something happens, whereas though people say, didn't I tell you? And those things come to the forefront and you really get to see what's going on. It's a dirty game, man. A lot of people in life will never be financially stable. This is how the world is designed. A lot of people in life will never be financially stable. People will be on a hamster wheel for their entire life because they can't figure out how to structure life for themselves to be able to be stable and to elevate. It's designed this way. These things that they create every month, every couple months, every year that they create that you feel like is a necessity to yourself, but it's really just a liability, we chase it. So it really catches us up mentally and it keeps us behind the eight ball. But these are the things that's designed to keep our focus off balance. While the people that's elevating, they control the narrative. And the world knows this. The law knows this. But when they want to crack down on certain people, it's like, tag, you're it. Then you in a hot seat, and then they want to put the pressure on you. And that's when they want to try to portray this image to the world of your character. When the whole time they knew your character was like this. But at this specific time, they want you to pay attention to them so that they can run the narrative on whoever they want to run it on and get that person out the way, because somewhere along the line, a relationship was broken between that person and the higher ups. This is a dirty game out here, man. You might look at some people and feel like they got there because they worked hard. But then some people really realized that certain people was put in position. They were put in those positions so that they can elevate. They knew how to follow instructions. That's the thing. Yeah, you might look and say, yo, they was a hustler. They was at it. But they followed instructions in order to keep elevating. But when you buck the system, they show you that it's their system. You have no control. And it's people that get out of line, for real. It's people that get out of line, and when they get out of line, they check them. Wake up call. Listen here, you ain't running nothing. But you know, it's those people that feel like because their money's up, that they can get out of line and nothing gonna happen to them. But they always get checked. If you pay attention to this, right, there's a lot of celebrities, right, that are filthy rich. And they got the ability to speak out about certain things and make a statement about certain things, right? But they won't. Because they understand that if they speak out about certain things, they become a target. And when they become a target, their financial status goes down because they were put in position. You see these people that have their own show and, you know, they're looked at as people to look up to. They was placed there, man. They didn't work to get there. Hell no. That's a placement. They were put there for a reason because they felt like they were the type of people that would listen and promote whatever the agenda is. This is how they got there. And you see, whenever they go against the agenda and don't promote what's supposed to be promoted, always something happens where they go down. That's because they get tired of promoting what was told to them. And they get to forgetting that they was placed in that position for that reason. But you got to understand, it's the game, man. We look at life, right? And we be thinking about climbing up the ladder and we going to work hard to get up the ladder. Listen, it's too many distractions in the world, right? It's too many distractions. You can try to get somewhere, but they're going to put the distraction in front of you to set you back. Something that you like, you know, they create them every day. They got all type of things now. You can get hooked on something you like. And when you get hooked on, it could be good for you or bad for you, but it still can set you back. It's like the world is designed for us to look at certain people as success stories, right? But knowing that majority of the people will never reach that success story. It's just designed for you to look at it so that you continue to strive to keep the world turning. Because the people that get up and go to work every day is what really runs the world. Because they're the ones that keep the businesses operating. But the people that get up and go to work every day don't understand it. Straight up. But these are the people that keep the world going round because they get up every day, go to work, and they run these companies that's out there. The people that own the company, they can't run the company by themselves. They need the workers. But the workers are looked down upon, right? And they're bird fed, whereas though they get little bit of money just to be behind. It's like they not even elevating. They working every day, and then after they pay the bills, they broke. Check the check. And if they do got extra money, they start developing habits. Whereas though They want to go shopping. They like nice things to buy, or they got to spend money on things to entertain themselves. They at the liquor store, they buying bud. So they really can never elevate because of the things that was designed to keep us behind. But we look at these celebrities as they are the success story. They made it. They got to operate a certain way to stay there. Yeah, straight up. And when they do get out of line, they allow them to go ahead and think that they got it. But then it's like a surprise when they break them down, man. Straight up. You can't trust them. You got to watch out for a lot of people. You can't trust everybody. Everybody acts like they're trustworthy, that they're supportive. It's a dog eat dog world. And that is a real saying. It is a dog eat dog world. That saying is a fact. But you know, some people just listen to it and let it go over their head. If you put a steak in front of two people, right, that haven't ate and they don't know each other and they really been starving, you really think that everyone is going to share that steak? You got some people that will, right? But you might be the one that shares the steak with the person that when it's their turn to share the steak, they not going to share it. You hear me? This is the game. You might share your steak with somebody that's not willing to share the steak back. You can be sitting there and say, man, it's only this one steak. I don't want to let this person starve because we both hungry, right? And you share the steak. And then the person that you shared it with, when it's their turn, they say, man, I'm eating everything. It's a dog eat dog world. Who can you trust? It's not a lot of people that you can trust in this game of life. And I'm going to just keep it real. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this video, man. The celebrities, man, we look at them like they just got it figured out. Man, they was picked. You know what I mean? Because you could do it if you knew how to follow instructions. But a lot of people don't want to follow instructions. So this is why you see some of the people that might get picked to put in position, but they don't want to follow the program. Yeah, you was picked. You almost was on. Everybody knew you, but you fell off because you challenged the instructions you were supposed to follow. You didn't say, all right, no matter what, I'm going to follow these instructions. Because trust and believe. Them niggas be talking about they a boss at the high level. They got instructions to follow. And we don't know who they follow them through, but they got to follow them. It's different people above them that they got to follow these instructions. And if they get out of line, whereas though they put you in position, but you try to influence the people of the world, the everyday working people, how they should operate against their program after they put you in position, they going to bust you down. Yeah. They going to bust you down because they don't want you disrupting their program, man, at all. They don't want you to feel like you running it. Nah. They want you to feel like you running it, but you running it through them. And you got to move how they want you to move, man. Straight up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And share this video. Yeah. You know, I appreciate all of y'all. You hear me? Facts. Make sure y'all hit the like button too if you're in the building, man. And yeah, I seen big homie CC on Piers Morgan. He said he had to get up out of Dodge. He had to get up out of Dodge. Shit got messy. That's what he said. You never know, man. Big homie said he had to get up out of Dodge, man. Shit got messy. Let's see what big homie said, man. He said he had to get up out of Dodge. It got messy.
He only Diddy. I've seen Ray J. And I feel like, you know, it's kind of aggravating, like watching people try to make it seem as if Cassie is the problem in the situation when the person that's on trial attempted to pay her for her silence. Furthermore, in the onset of this case, in its inception, Diddy was coming under fire for trying to tamper with witnesses while he was arrested. There are several people who were initially named to be witnesses. They just magically disappeared because, you know, News Nation had reached out to me to do an interview about this. And, you know, I turned it down because I told them, I like, look, you know, I'm putting myself at risk here. You know, you're going to have to offer me some type of compensation. They go with Ray J instead of me. When I told them previously that he was there. So it's kind of like, okay, well, it's almost as if it's a conspiracy going on. Because where's the gentleman who provided feds with some of the tapes from these parties who was supposed to be a witness? He's not involved. If you look at the case with Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, when the bodyguard went AWOL, there was no warrant for his arrest. In the Diddy case, there's no warrant, no contempt for that person. But let's look at the Nipsey Hussle situation when some of the witnesses that were there that were actually shot with him, they got warrants for their arrest when they didn't show up for court. Why is it not in this situation?
I also interviewed Suge Knight from his prison. He claimed that Ray J and Diddy were lovers.
Absolutely.
Smash that like button.
That's true.
Yes.
Hit that subscribe
You know
button.
that for a fact.
Yeah, all of these guys, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Pierce, you don't want to be the only straight male at a party for people who under the rainbow situation, right? You don't want to be that guy because if someone starts to hit on you in there, now you're the idiot because you're at their situation. How are you upset? What are you here for? So that's why, you know, I would always, if I would get a call from a client and they're going to one of these events, I'm gonna sit in the car. You know, if it comes down to being dangerous, call me, I'll come in, I'm going to demonstrate immediately.
Do you think Diddy was actually gay?
I think he's a bisexual man.
Right.
Absolutely.
I definitely agree. Diddy is a bisexual man. Yeah, I definitely agree that.
All of these rapper dudes, most of them are, man. Like,
Really?
yeah, I can tell you off camera, I'll give you I'll tell you some stuff.
Well, in this interview I did with Suge Knight, he also pretty much intimated that Diddy was directly involved in killing Tupac and trying to kill him. Obviously, he was in the car as well. What do you know about that?
The gentleman, Dwayne Keith Davis, who is currently in a Clark County jail because of this.
That's who Wack tried to bail
He
out.
stated clearly that after the death of Tupac, Diddy called him and said, was that us? Because he was compensating his group to keep him safe as he maneuvered through certain areas. And, you know, living in a hip-hop life, situations could become tumultuous fast. So you definitely want to have that street element along with a private protection element. And he had that. And FBI confirmed that there was a payment made for the unaliving of the rapper. Said that the payment got intercepted by Eric Von Zip, who was known for doing things like this. You know, $1 million check goes out, he intercepts it. You know, what is Keefy D gonna do? Call the cops? It's not. A lot of activity takes place, and it's people like me who get calls about it because, like, I became a fixer for people after a while. You know, I have my own company, my own team, and a lot of times people would call me when things are like sticky. And, I made it very clear to these people, like, y'all gonna become enemies of mine because of the way y'all treat ladies, the way y'all treat women, the way his sons operate. I'll never, ever just lay down and die about it. If you stand for something, you should, if you see something, you should say something. And I first started speaking out years ago. People told me I was crazy. They don't say such things anymore.
Right. So just on Diddy and Tupac.
CC was in there in them rooms and he seen some shit, right? And if you pay attention, Wack tried to discredit the man and go at him hard. Wack tried to go at him hard. Him and Loose Cannon. Now, Wack was lining Loose up the whole time, right? He heard big homie CC start speaking out about these celebrities and certain gay things they was doing, and Wack tried to go at him hard.
And Suge Knight, obviously. Do you personally believe he was pretty directly involved?
Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button.
And do you think the whole hip-hop world knows that?
Yes. Yeah, in the hip-hop world, it's common knowledge. Absolutely.
What does that tell you about the kind of man Diddy is then?
You ever notice that you always see this gentleman in a towel, shirtless, in his underpants all the time? Why you always half naked in the middle of the day? And, there's a video of him saying that he's a savage. And he's screaming this. And he's saying that whatever he wants, he's going to get. And he said it by any means. And this shows that.
Do you think he's capable and, in fact, has caused people to be killed?
Yes.
Multiple times?
I'm not going to infer. I'm not going to invent or make up details. But very few people who have that type of personality, that they feel like they can have whatever they want, very few of those people are safe to be around, especially if they're in an inebriated state. He was arrested while under indictment. He was arrested with narcotics, defaced firearms. If you're under federal indictment, you probably don't want to walk around with large amounts of cocaine on you. What happened to the gentleman who was arrested getting on the private jet with him, who was his mule, who carried the drugs around for him? Where is he? A lot of people are just magically missing. They're not in the indictment. They're not witnesses. And then it's a telltale sign when somebody of his stature, you have no good character witnesses. No one is going to come up there to defend you. None of your peers. I feel like where there's smoke, there's fire, and there's definitely a fire going on.
You already know. Don't nobody want to come up there because they don't want to open no can of worms on themselves. They don't want to go up there and try to start defending Diddy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video.
Let me play the clip from Suge Knight because he also said what he thought was going to happen.
If Puffy got on the stand and told the truth, I know he'll walk. If he got on the stand and say, look, I'm gay and straight. I mess with guys. I mess with women. I do it all. Puffy not guilty for the things he did to these people. He's guilty for being a cold, freaky man that want freaky things done to him. But in the Cassie situation, they could not say he was having sex with the men also, because that'll make him like it's an orgy. It won't be like sex trafficking. It won't be like forcing stuff to do. But at the end of the day, there's no way Puffy should go to prison for the rest of his life.
Your thoughts about that? Do you know Suge Knight?
I don't know him personally, but we have mutual friends. And I just feel like a lot of people who aren't familiar with the law, if you are paying people to cross state lines for sexual acts, that's illegal. And everybody wants to now victim shame this woman who is obviously in a trauma bond with a guy that she loved. And I feel like along that process, she met other people who started to like, listen, look, this ain't all the way right, but there is an end game. And I feel like She followed that, and it paid off for her financially. But, you know, she'll forever have to live with the shame of the details that came out. I mean, you got a guy named the Punisher in here with you and your wife. You're concealing your identity. And then once he ejaculates, the Punisher, she's
Smash
taking
that like
the
button.
semen and rubbing it on Diddy's nipples. That's outrageous.
It's outrageous, and I just find it revolting. However, it's not.
Hit that like button, man. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Hit that like button as well. Do y'all think that Diddy coerced Cassie into doing these things, or do y'all think she was a participant? Let me know. Smash that like button and let me know what you think in the comments.
Illegal.
What is illegal is coercing people into sexual acts and then giving them payment. And then you're paying for them to travel across state lines. That violates interstate commerce. People don't know the law.
Well, I had Suge Knight's former lawyer, Matthew Fletcher, on a few times, and the last time he said this.
Because what you're talking about now is an allegation that this, and I'm going to use its Mandingo stereotype of this crazed black man who's being prosecuted by 5 white women who are saying this man's sexual needs are insatiable and they can have sex for hours and hours and never rest and always ejaculate. That's not true from a pharmacological standpoint. That is absurd. If this was in the 60s or 70s in Mississippi, I think people would be irate. I don't like Sean Combs. That video speaks for itself. The question is, why wasn't he prosecuted for that? The question is, why wasn't he prosecuted for all of these crimes that have allegedly occurred, but we save it all up and we bring it in this case?
See, you hear that though? Why wasn't he prosecuted for all of the crimes before? Why did they save it till now? Because they all know what be going on with these dudes. They know what be going on. They put them in position to control the narratives, but whenever they go against whatever is instructed for them to do, this is what happens to you. As long as you pushing the narrative that they want you to push, you can do whatever you want. As long as you don't challenge, you can do whatever you want. But when you feel like you got it all figured out with the money that they print, they sit there and show you. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button. You in the building? Let's get the likes up. You know I appreciate all of y'all.
What do you think of that?
I feel that
hit that subscribe button too.
This is crazy because when you get yourself in a situation like this, I feel like it's cowardice to everyone to start playing the race card. I often see people playing the race card when high-level thinking has to take place, and when people have to face the fiery line of accountability. I don't think this is a situation of the race card. I feel like I don't think he's being painted as a crazed black man with an unsatisfiable sexual nature. I feel like he's a sexual deviant who thought he was bigger than the program, who felt like, eventually this is all going to go away. He has a history of ripping people off in their contracts. He has a history of not paying people who have to provide his service, and this is the same thing. At the end of the day, I feel like any man, especially a man of African descent, if you reach a certain level like that, it'll be more conducive for you to empower your circle, empower the people in your environment instead of oppressing them. If you do that, none of this takes place. The whole race card thing, I think it's cowardly. And
if he does walk, Diddy, as a lot of people think he might, I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's a really fascinating case. It literally comes down to whether the jury believes that this was consensual or not. If he does walk, though, would you already fear about reprisals against you just for speaking out? Would you be genuinely concerned about him coming after you? Is that one of the reasons you've left the country?
Well, here's the thing, you know, only thing I fear is God and my mom. And I made a promise to my mom that, you know, I'm not gonna revert to an old lifestyle. And I know if he walks, you know, I'm gonna be target number one, which is fine. I'm used to that. You know, it's kind of exciting for me.
Is that exciting or is that slightly scary?
Oh no, it's definitely exciting, Pierce.
Really?
Yeah.
So explain that, because in my world, I wouldn't find that exciting.
Smash that like button for me. Hit the subscribe button too.
We come from different professions.
Yes.
In my profession, you know, it's what we live for.
If y'all feeling where Big Homie CC coming from, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the channel.
You think someone is number one target?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. History was written by the best group of murderers. No religion, no border, no country exists without violence. In every society, even when humans were in the hunter and gatherers, Stone Age, you always had that group of guys whose sole job was to defend, protect, and if need be, go and burn someone's village. Yeah. So, you know, I would be a part of that group.
The village burners?
Absolutely.
What if you had to defend yourself?
If I had to defend myself, you know, pray for them, not me.
Well, we already know Big Homie CC licensed to carry. You know, he do security. And, you know, bro said he gonna go in if it get messy. Yeah. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and share this video.
Wow.
For sure.
Do you think it may come to that? I mean, he might walk. We're going to find out soon. He could be out next week.
Yeah, he could be out next week.
And he'll then know that you've been out doing these kind of interviews and, you know, talking trash about him as he would see it. Others would think you've been honest. But if he's out and loose and dangerous as you think he is, and you're number one target.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and to the hour of our death. Amen. And I'll leave it at that.
What does that mean?
I walk in the light. I believe in my faith. I feel like that's what got me here and this far. And no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
But do you think, knowing him as you do you think he would try and have you killed, if not do it himself?
Yeah, people have tried to kill me before, several times. I'll show you some footage. You want to see?
Yeah.
Right, see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so explain this. What are you about to show me?
I'm about to show you a situation where there was a situation where a group of guys gang raped a young lady. Her mother came to me pretty much with her life savings and said she wanted retribution. You know, a guy gets a knock upside his head, and then he puts a $50,000 bounty on my life, and it led to a series of cataclysms. And I was able to come out on top.
And we can see this?
Yeah.
This one here, camera 3.
Niggas bitches. This shit. Niggas bitches. Granny.
That was a bloody day.
So this is afterwards?
Yeah, this is and then I'll show you this. This is when they came to ambush me at the front door. I had to shoot through the door. That's blood on my feet, on the ground. And the guy that's calling, screaming to call 911 is the person who was on the other end of the gunfire. So, you know, I always say this, like, he came to kill me, but when he thought he was gonna die, he's begging for God and his mom and asking people to call 911. So like everybody's tough with girls and stuff like that. But I mean, there's always somebody to oblige you, whether your purpose is negative or positive.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Nope.
Would you tell me if you had?
Nope. Not at all. I never harmed anyone who didn't deserve it.
What do you think is going to happen here with this case? Do you think he's going to walk?
I think he may be found guilty on some lesser charges. He might get 4 or 5 years, something like that. I don't really see him getting a life sentence. A lot of things were sensationalized in the inception of the trial. You see Busby coming out. What happened to the hotline with 2,000 people?
Yeah.
What happened to all of this?
Now, that right there, they said it was a lot of people, and the only witnesses that said something happened to him was Cassie and Daphne. Why is that though? They said it was a lot of people and a lot of victims. Why wasn't those victims testifying? Now this is when I say they like to spice things up to the world so that they can manipulate the brain of the people. Because if you say it was a mass amount of people that did things and then don't show them, was there really a massive amount of people? Because you would want those people to verify what had happened to them. Why would you keep those people away if it was a mass amount of people that were victims? Now, when it's like shit like that, it let me know that they was really trying to spice it up and basically poison the people's brain so that they can spin their narrative their way. But if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video.
I'm aware of a lot of things taking place in back channels, people receiving a lot of payments. And
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
To shut them up?
Yeah, definitely. And the judges berating Combs about intimidating witnesses in the courtroom, just shows a level of arrogance. And
what did you make of Justin Bieber releasing a statement saying he was never abused by Diddy?
Justin Bieber seems to be a guy under a tremendous amount of pressure right now.
He does.
And I remember meeting him working as a bodyguard for a gentleman by the name of David Strauss. And he would take his nieces and nephews to Bieber concerts. I've been backstage several times. I've met him. And then seeing him now, he's like a shell of himself. There is a battle between good and evil taking place. And a lot of these people make agreements. And, when Whitney Houston died, the last person to see her was Ray J. People don't speak about these things. Why does Bieber seem to be so emotionally unhinged right now? Especially when these topics get brought up, it seems you see the shame and the despair in his face.
I believe a lot of the artists, they come into the game, and like I said, in order for you to get to those certain levels, you gotta follow protocol. So a lot of those artists that come in the game that people might feel like they work hard and they got talent, they follow certain protocols in order to get there. They had to do certain things. And I think that that's how they kept control on so much things, because it was designed that you have to do certain rituals to get there. We want to control you. If we can't control you, why are we going to let you get there? This is why the music industry is so organized between the artists, because the control is already installed before they get on. You know not to get out of line. If you get out of line, we gonna show you this ain't what you want. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You in the building? Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. If you feel like the music industry has rituals and is controlled, smash the like button, man.
Just like you just asked me to divulge some information about violence in my history, it's going to be the same thing for Mr. Bieber. You know, if I was to come up here and confess to malice murder, it would be untrue. And when you see these entertainers, you know, they do have a brand they have to protect. And any sign of weakness or partaking in lascivious acts, that could damage their credibility and their fan base. So, you know, I feel like some people's NDAs still haven't expired, you know. I gave certain people video of Combs coming out, collecting everyone's cell phone himself personally. Why do you have to collect everyone's phone if we're going to have a festive evening?
You already know what they're doing with that. They don't want you to record nothing. They don't want you to have no evidence. They don't want you to be able to have any documentation about what you experienced or what you seen. We know that. Straight up. They don't want no backlash from that. So they know, grab the phone. You got to come in there, no phone, no nothing, or you ain't coming in. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Share this video. You in the building. If you feel like they take their phones because they don't want nothing to be recorded, they want to be able to do certain sneaky shit without it being verified, smash that like button, man. And hit that subscribe button.
You know, if you're going to be doing things you're not supposed to do, you're probably going to take everybody's phone. And, you know, when you're promising people a career and their name in lights and all of these things, you're getting sweat equity out of them for just that. Instead of compensating them, people are going to try to pursue litigation.
And this is what's happening all over. Because you already know these artists, you know, execs, all that shit, they promising people that, oh, we going to put you in position, we going to do this. And then they expecting something, right? They running game. Then they get to jumping on something. And then they don't come through with what they said they was going to do for you. And the next thing you know, people suing. When you should have knew that they was running game, but this is what they doing. Hit that subscribe button, man. Smash that like button if you feel like they be running game, and then after the game get ran, they be playing these people, and that's when they resort to lawsuits.
That's all that's taking place.
Big homie, it's another amazing interview.
Thank you, sir.
You speak very eloquently about a world that I've never inhabited, but I've interviewed a lot of people from it. But they're often quite circumspect about what they reveal. You're unusual. You're very open about it. Is it, in a way, is this because you've left that world now in your head?
Listen, those other artists, they gotta be quiet. They better not speak out because they was doing shit too. So if they speak out, knowing that they was involved in doing some of the same shit, what's gonna happen? They gonna break them down as well. That's why ain't nobody supporting Diddy. Diddy gonna get out, and everybody that was against him, they gonna act like they was really with him. But they couldn't show up. And it would have been the same way around if it was somebody else in the industry. Diddy wouldn't have been supporting none of them because he would have been in fear of what's happening to him right now happening. This is why ain't nobody coming to Diddy aid except who? Kanye, because he don't care. Straight up. He got a lawsuit on him now, but he don't care. But a lot of these jokers, they don't want to be named and they don't want to be picked by the higher ups to get on their ass because you supporting something that they trying to take down.
Yeah, you know,
hit that like
I
button,
don't
hit that
wanna
subscribe
be that
button.
person anymore because when I had to pivot my business, and once I see them, like, oh, okay, you know, I need to do something about it. You know, every day I get messages from ladies telling me that they feel safer just knowing that I'm alive, and like, you know, that means a lot to me because, you know, without ladies there is no life. So I think it should be a learning situation for a lot of people. And I feel like, especially as a black man, you know.
You said he disappeared, run the table, got up out of here, got low. Nigga don't want to get picked. Got low.
I felt like
hit that like button. Let's get the subscribe. Get the likes up, y'all. Where y'all at?
Needed to be
Man, real recognize real. Let's go.
And I feel like I've been accomplishing that. And I'm happy about it. It's like I got 1,000 more moms and grandmoms. I get people praying for me every day. I'm in the grocery store hugging little ladies. I did what I was supposed to do, and it paid off for me. I'm blessed.
Big homie, great to meet you.
Yes, sir.
In my studio.
Absolutely.
I enjoy our conversation.
Yes, pleasure's mine, sir.
I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
we'll talk again soon.
Absolutely.
Big homie then definitely elevated, made it all the way to Piers Morgan at his studio. Yeah. That's a different level right there, man. You know, when you able to step in them different rooms, right? And you ain't got to be compromised. Because a lot of people, they be compromised going in them rooms, you know? And he's speaking against something that niggas is quiet about. You don't hear nobody speaking out about Diddy that was around him. Them niggas is worried about when Diddy get out, nigga. If he get out and I said something wrong, oh, my career shot. Ain't nobody gonna want to deal with me. And if Diddy beat these charges, right, most of them, and get a light sentence, that nigga gonna come home back in position and people still gonna rock with him and he's still gonna be able to sling his wrist around and let him know, get him up out of here, do this and do that. His paper up, man. Straight up. His paper up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? And share this video. You said he started speaking when Diddy got arrested, not when he was out. I'm sure he said stuff about Diddy when he was out, but he wasn't effective. He wasn't effective. You got to think about this now. When Diddy was out, Diddy was effective out here. So you can say something about Diddy, but your shit wasn't holding no weight. Diddy was slinging his weight around here, man. Wasn't holding no weight. Anybody could have said anything about Diddy, but they was not holding no weight. They couldn't influence nobody against Diddy because he had so much paper. Dude, a billionaire or damn near a billionaire. CC ain't got paper like that. You can say something, but when he start flinging his weight around, them shows ain't gonna want to have him on there because this nigga start flinging his weight around and start paying shit. Nah, don't do nothing. I'm gonna pay you not to do the interview. So Diddy was slinging his weight around on niggas, and yeah, people spoke out and said shit about Diddy. Of course. Jaguar Wright, she was saying shit about Diddy. But Everybody wasn't trying to hear the shit, even though people was, listening. But nobody was like, nah, come over here, Jaguar. But when it got sticky, oh yeah, come here. Come here, Jaguar. We want you on the show. We want you to talk. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Piers Morgan wanted to grab her then. Come on. Straight up. So, this is how the game go, man. You got to open your mind that the game is bigger than what you think. Straight up. It's controlled and ran by the people that got that paper. They running this shit. Make sure you smash that like button too. You in the building, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. The people that got the money, they running this shit out here. Yeah, they controlling the narratives. And if you go against the narrative, they start slinging their weight around. Yeah, you can't come around with a couple of dollars and think that you gonna sling your weight around when they got that chicken and they calling shots. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Miss Hartfield, you know what I'm saying? They own these platforms. Straight up. Like facts. And you ain't coming around slinging shit in their world. Better act accordingly. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But I understand that, everybody has an opinion. And if you don't pay attention to some things, you only going to think that what you think is correct. You got to pay attention. It's right there in front of us. Yeah. We see how with Rock Nation and, these different companies, how when people get into it with them, how they fold and fall apart. They got the bag. They gonna pay somebody to put a hold on your shine. Nah, don't give them no shine. We see on a lower level with Wack how he'll contact his little outlets, right? And say, nah, I don't want y'all to deal with Loose Cannon. Don't do nothing with him. I don't want nobody talking to him. And these niggas would be like, okay, all right, Wack. So think about these people that got relationships and they all rich. Come on, man. Straight up. That's like your immediate family member that you close with. I'm going to just say it like that so some people can understand, right? Your immediate family that you close with, that you tight with, ask you, man, I don't want you fucking with them like that because they did me dirty. You ain't going to fuck with them. You going to be like, all right, I got you. Nah, they stole from me. This is how they saying it to the other rich people. Smash that like button too and hit the subscribe button. They saying like, you stole from me and I don't want you to deal with them. And what you think they going to do? They going to cut you off. Straight up. Ain't no rap for you because they got allegiance to the people that they deal with. You just an outsider. You know what I'm saying? And this is how the game go. Straight up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button too. It's real rap around here, man. Y'all know how we coming, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is facts. I mean, we grinding, getting that work in. You know what I mean? We putting that work in. Straight up. On some real live stuff. But we watching this shit live in the flesh. And people will see this shit with Diddy, right? And still don't understand it. Man, this nigga been doing this shit for 30 years, though. This shit ain't just start last year, year before. The tape with Cassie is 10 years old. Come on, man. That tape is 10 years old. That's not no new tape. Why they ain't picked this nigga up 9 years ago, 8 years ago? What made them say, we gonna get this nigga now? Nigga, you went at the wrong people. Straight up. They would have let Diddy live if he didn't get above his britches, man. And I'm going to just say it like that for everybody to understand. They would have let Diddy live if he didn't get above his britches. Nigga got above his britches and thought that his money was equivalent to theirs. And they put you in position to have the money you got. Straight up. No more playing SBGB TV on the mission. Facts run the table. Facts. Appreciate the super chat. Real rap. Diddy got above his britches and thought his money, because he was richer than most everybody in the industry, right? That his money was equivalent to the hires up. Nah, nigga. That they showing him, though. That's what they showing him. Straight up. You ain't going to see them jokers that's the higher up. They not experiencing these court procedures. You ain't going to see that with them. Nah. They ain't going to have these issues. Nigga, But a nigga trying to slide in there thinking that he bigger than the program, they going to say, here, get over here. Come here. Get over here. And Diddy, it just grabbed him. Oh! Grabbed him straight up. Nothing he can do about it. You know what I'm saying? You hear how he said when they played the, audio when he called Kanye on the phone, man, I can't believe it. They got Puff Daddy in jail because he was rubbing shoulders with them people and he thought he was equivalent to them. He know they ain't going to jail. Nah, them niggas ain't going to jail. They run the world. They made it. Diddy thought, man, I made it too. Nah, nigga. Still a nigga. Real recognize real. I'm going to show you. Bust him straight over top his head. Let him know. Sit down. Nigga, you ain't what? You think you what? Hold on, who you challenging? See, them the type of dudes, right? When Diddy challenged them on some real shit, they said, all right, no problem. They them type. This is how they are. It's the difference between them and us. You go at them, they gonna be like, all right, no problem. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it, man. You don't gotta get upset. And then they show you action. Us, we want to get on live. Man, when I see this nigga, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and then he better not know all this shit. Now you in a problem. They quiet. They ain't doing all that riffing, nigga. We see the action now. They in the courtroom, but they not in the courtroom. Diddy sitting in the courtroom. He challenged the wrong motherfuckers. Straight up. Appreciate the super chat. JR gets bread. Diddy made the mistake going after Diageo. They had come behind Ciroc. He had a lawsuit against him. It's been downhill since then for Diddy. Facts. Facts. Facts, JR get bread. Facts. He went at them and poked his chest out. Nigga. That was the worst thing he could have did because he thought his money was equivalent. I got bread. They can't do nothing because I got bread. Now, what they doing? They cut him off on all the things that he was tied to, made him take himself off of everything, and then, go ahead and spend your money. Go ahead and spend that money. Go ahead, spend it. You equivalent to us? We're going to show you, nigga, we put you here. This is why they make them do certain things. This is why they make these people in the industry do certain things so that when it come time to do this, it's easy. I got a hold on you, nigga. This is why they do it. Now, I can do it to you with ease, and I ain't even got to be there. These niggas is watching Diddy in trial. They watching this shit. As these people reporting every day outside of the courthouse, oh, they watching. Yeah, he thought he was bigger than us, huh? Yeah, thought he was bigger than us. Little nigga. Yeah, you ain't us. Nigga, we allowed you in this room. This room really said do not enter to you. We let you in this room and you thought you was going to tell us kiss your ass? I'm going to show you who doing the ass kissing. Straight up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Share this video. They telling it right now. You thought you had it figured out. They talking shit, nigga. Facts. Straight up. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, man. The industry is sick. When you go out and listen to the music you like and you get the bob in your head, they all sick. All of them. All the artists is sick. This is the ritual. You gotta be sick. All the music is raunchy. It's all raunchy shit. You gotta be sick to be an entertainer. You don't become an entertainer without being sick. Straight up. When you go out and watch your favorite movie that you like, they all sick. Ain't no exceptions. When you go to the concert that you've been wanting to go to all your life to see your favorite artist, they all sick. There is no exceptions. You gotta get down with the get down to be an A-list celebrity. You're not becoming a A-list celebrity unless you follow protocol. This is the game. I'm wondering when people gonna understand this shit. It's people out there with crazy talent. Talent. They better than these motherfuckers that's out here now. But they didn't accept what they had to accept to get there. This is why they not there. Yes. If they would have accepted what was expected of them, we would be saying they're A-list celebrity too. Shh. They all sick. Ain't no choice. You don't have a choice to not be sick and be an A-list celebrity. You don't have no damn choice. You better be sick. You better get in there and do what is expected of you. Because if not, we're going to close the door on you. We'll pick somebody else. Straight up. These people are handpicked. They're handpicked. If you don't see that by now, you tripping. They're handpicked. They letting these niggas in there because they said, all right, you come on. Let me try you out. Straight up. They give you a nice gift. Here, take this nice gift. You think it's free. If you take it, you'll line ass. Next thing you know, they calling you over there trying to get your ass. I gave you that gift. That was special, wasn't it? Well, you know what it is, you know? But they not saying it like that, but they delivering it whereas though it's like backdoor sneaky shit. And then it's like, are you going to be the one to say, man, I don't want the gift. Here, you can have it. Or you going to say, I appreciate the gift. What I got to do? This how they operate, man. Straight up. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button too while you at it. And share this live. It's a certain type of process that you gotta go through to get there. Straight up. You can be the best artist, but if you do not follow protocol and do what is expected of you, you're not going to get there, because they got to have something over your head in case you get out of control. They got to. In case you buck the system like Diddy did, they got to have something to get you. Diddy bucked the system. He bit the hand that was feeding him. Because you know what he was thinking? I got money. I don't need you niggas. But he forgot they got the dirt on him. Straight up. We all seen after he challenged them boys, the tape with Cassie came out. See, what happened was, right? I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to keep it a bean. Diddy went and bought the tape back for 100 bands, right? Got the tape, but those other people, they went behind Diddy and got a copy of the tape. You understand where I'm coming from, right, y'all? Diddy went and bought that tape for $100,000. The other niggas went and bought the tape probably for another $100,000. Yo, here, let us get the copy. Diddy got out of line, thought that there was no more evidence of that situation. Like, man, them niggas ain't got nothing on me. What? You know what they did? They dropped the tape to the biggest outlet so that it can get out there. That $100,000 that they invested to make sure that they were secured when they wanted to go in, it's like, all right, here, straight up, we got his ass. So they let him know that you can't rock with us, nigga. We gave you the ability to come and play with us, but nigga, you can't challenge us. And that's what Diddy did. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. Smash the like button too on the way in the building. That's what happened with Diddy, man. Yeah, they doubled back and bought another tape. Diddy thought ain't nobody else had a tape. Niggas like, okay. And when Diddy was going at them boys, they was like, no problem, man. Don't worry about it. You know, Diddy in there all loud with them, cocky, cussing them out. Those type of people play a different game. They know they already got the tape. So they like, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. What you want us to do? They probably agreed to some shit with him, right? Acting like they was going to fix it. Nah, don't worry about it. We'll take care of everything. And then drop the tape on him. Here, take this, nigga. You think it's a game? Take this. Now, he like, oh, shit. The nigga was talking heavy until they dropped the tape. The next thing you know, you see Diddy apologizing. Man, God, listen, Lord, I apologize for everything I did, Lord. I didn't mean it. I know that tape was serious and it was bad, but Lord, please help me. Yeah, broken. But before then, right? Right before then, the nigga was in his mansion, running around with the cup saying, I'm still alive. Oh, yeah, I'm still alive. What are you talking about now? This the game, man. You got to understand it's a real serious game. You know what I mean? But if you really pay attention to it, you can see it. It's a serious game. Yeah. Diddy thought that he had it figured out. He was like, listen, my money up. I don't need these jokers no more. When it's just like when niggas become informants, right? When you become an informant and you're working with the authorities, nigga, you're not telling them that you're not working with them no more. Nigga, it's not working like that. When you become an informant and you start cooperating, you're not telling the fucking feds that I'm done, I quit. You are an informant for life until they send your ass to jail and make you sit down, and then they're going to expose you as well. It's certain things in this life, right, that you don't want to enter into. And this is just how it goes. There's certain things in this life that you don't want to enter into. And this is just a fact. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that like button, you hear me? And share this video. You know, I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me, right? If you would like to become a member, it's only $3.99. Become a member of the channel. You know, I appreciate y'all, man. Wherever y'all from, put it in the chat so we can shout out where y'all from. You hear me? And hit that like button on the way in. Put it out where you from in the chat, and we gonna shout y'all out. Facts. We repping where y'all want to rep. Let's go. Put it in the chat. We're gonna shout y'all out. Big facts. You know I appreciate all of y'all. Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to NY. Sacramento, California. Yay. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, man. You know, I appreciate all of y'all, man. Straight up. Cleveland, Ohio. Jersey in the building. Make it do what it do. Straight up. You know, I appreciate all y'all, man. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Smash that like button, man. Let us know where you from. We're going to shout you out, man. You know what I mean? We're going to shout your hood out. You know what I mean? It's a dirty game out here, man. And you know, we real raw and authentic around here. Straight up. Straight up. Me and my grandson enjoying the live. Got him for a whole week. Shout out, Mike. You know what I mean? The grandson. Los Angeles, California in the building. Straight up. You know, I appreciate all y'all. Facts. Houston, Texas. Shout out to Houston, man. Straight up. Pacoima, California. Allentown, PA. Houston. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. You know, I appreciate all of y'all, man. I want y'all to make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. Make sure you locked in. You hear me? Gulfport. You know. He said he learning some things from Deezy. Miss Hartfield, let's go. North Kakalaki in the building. That's what I'm talking about. North Carolina. Come on and raise up. Take your shirt off. Spin it around your head like a helicopter. Boston, Massachusetts in the building. Let's go. Los Angeles, California, man. Hit that like button in the building, man. You stepped in the building, smash that like button, man. Y'all know we rocking. See, we gonna come back in about a half hour. You hear me? We're going to come back about a half hour. I want y'all to lock in. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Subscribe to the channel. Y'all know we going up. No cap. I appreciate all of y'all that rock with me. You hear me? Ain't no foo-fafi around here, though. Nap Town. You hear me? Ain't no foo-fafi around here. Illinois in the building. Straight up. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. All the people that rock with SBGB TV, real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? We growing. We going up. You know, make sure y'all hit that notification bell. Hit that like button. You know, real recognize real. And we looking familiar around here. And I appreciate all the people that subscribe to the channel, all the new people that became members, the people that donated to the channel. I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all know we going non-stop. We coming back in 30 minutes, and we going to rock the live that's going to take us all the way into the morning. Y'all know how we do. We see the sun come up around this motherfucker. The birds be chirping. You hear me? Straight up. We see the birds chirping around this motherfucker. Facts. Allison, Mistress Adina. You know, I appreciate all y'all, man. No cap. We going non-stop around this motherfucker. Today we been going in. No cap. You know, your boy Deezy in the building, the host. Straight up. You know what I mean? You know, it's much love to all y'all. All the people that support SBGB TV. The real ones, man. I rock with y'all. Straight up. Straight up. We ain't playing no games. You know, the late night show, we go in like a Lil Wayne and Drake song. You hear me? I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. And I'm going to go hard. And I'm going to go hard. Yeah. Straight up. You know what I mean? But make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Stay locked in. Y'all know we growing. On the way to 20K. We grinding this joint. And the real recognize real. I appreciate y'all. And we ain't playing no games. And y'all know what it is. You hear me? It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Now.